We have a fun fifth line. It is called Annihilation. Today we are in gate 34, of course, the gate of power. And we know that the first line is the nature of the hexagram, and the fifth line is the way that the world looks at that hexagram. Those with a 34-5, everybody projects on them that they have the power. And because of that, they are rarely interfered with. The line is called Annihilation. The way in which we see the power at its universal level is that it eliminates everything. And for some people, this is a very frightening term. Ra had the 57-5, and altogether he had 3 parts of integration, but of no 34. When he was in public school, he said that there was a group of boys who were beating up on weaker guys. A kind of typical machismo thing. But they never bothered Ra. He didn't have to do anything because as a fifth line, it was projected on him that he had power. He wasn't someone to mess with. I mean, he also had that manifest aura too that probably helped, but it was that projection of power that came through genetic continuity from the 57-5. Because the power is already projected onto the 34-5, they don't have to let it out all of the time, only when there's interference. Now, this is the kind of person who, once they use their power, it enhances their reputation 1,000 times. The lifetime learning says the total elimination of resistance. These are the forces who can use their power completely in moments of crisis, when its use is practical, when they're called upon by the needs of society. And the moment that that opportunity exists for them, they can annihilate any resistance to their power or to their mutative capacity. This is a lifetime learning. It takes time to incorporate this ability into your life experience and truly embody it. The exaltation says the power to destroy completely. And once this is accomplished, the ability to transfer the power to normal processes, the resistance to release power other than when necessary. And this right here in this exaltation is the story of the general. It's like a little instruction manual for the fifth line, right here, encapsulated into 2 sentences. The general is selected to be dictator of the month. They do their job, they give up the power when it's over, and they go home. It's very important, the return to normal. So the 34-5 uses power selectively and then withdraws, and that withdrawal makes them seem even more powerful. It can be very difficult for a fifth line to have a sense of, no matter how powerful I am, no matter how much they project on me that I have the power, there will always be some force that wants to take it away from me by interfering with me. This is the paranoia that can be seen in some dictatorships. Everyone is projecting on the dictator that he has all the power, but at the same time, there can be a coup d'etat going on underneath. They're aware of it, and there is a part of them that says, okay, I have to keep on maintaining this power. But they get tired of being in control all the time, of having to control other people to keep them from interfering with them. The detriment says a difficulty in shedding the patterns established to deal with resistance, symbolized by its phases, the feeling that nothing is permanently annihilated, the discomfort with the need to always release power. So you come in, you solve your problem, you use your power, bring a mutation, and you withdraw because that's what's correct for you, only to discover that the people you've saved, they don't know how to deal with anything. And so you have to go back and do it all over again. The moment that the 5 has to stay in the empowerment without its opportunity to step away, it begins to deteriorate. Individuals lose the power the more they have contact with any force. If you're in the refrigerator business, then it's okay for you to stand up in front of an audience and introduce them to this brand new fridge that you've got. That's the classic of the individual stranger of consequence. All the power is there in that situation. You're different, you're a mutative force bringing something new, but nobody has enough time to think about all the things they don't like about you. You know, they don't know you long enough to discover that you're quirky as hell and seriously weird, and you're not like them at all, and you're going to make them really uncomfortable. Nobody's with you long enough to find those flaws, if you consider them flaws. If you're an individual, they're not flaws at all. But nobody stays with you long enough. You know, they can't attack you because they don't know you in the first place. So this is actually an ideal situation for an individual. Familiarity breeds contempt for individuals. That individual that makes the presentation, you know, they get their mutative possibility and it's perfect for them. But then they're given a servicing job in which they have to deal with clients every day. And it's not going to work for them. That client is going to become less and less pleased with them, less and less comfortable with them, because they're going to start noticing all these things about them. There's going to be more and more pressure on them from their bosses to conform because they're out there representing the company. You know, lots of other people putting all of this pressure on, interfering with them. This is a kind of individual hell. The grounding is coming through the 5th line, of course, in the 20th gate, and it is called realism. So the 20th gate in the 5th line sees everything. They see the world for what it is. They see all the ugliness, they see all the beauty, and it's not always comfortable either way. This can be a sensitive line. People who are very aware of what's going on, and they don't want to see it, but they're not able to deny it. There is a realism to the necessary display of power, the necessary use of power when it's appropriate. A 5th line who is aware of the mechanics of their design, they know that they can get in, do what needs to be done, and they can get out, taking care of themselves within that. Mercury moves into gate 11 at 8:18 this morning, or moved in. This is the gate of ideas and also the gate of peace, located in the Ajna Center. It's collective abstract circuitry, which is driven by the format energy of cycles. Ideas are the conceptual possibilities which emerge from the difficult task of making sense of the confusion, of coming to a realization of what's it all about, Alfie? This gate prepares a concept for expression through its harmonic, the gate 56, the throat gate of stimulation. The moon has been in gate 46 since 7:45 this morning, so we've had that energy around, excuse me, most of today. It will be going on for a while. Yeah, it's, let me tell you about 46, G Center. I think you know all this by now. It's a gate of the determination of the self, the love of the body, the temple, where we can learn to truly adore ourselves. So it's moving into next gate 18 at 19:13 this evening as it begins its monthly transit through the splenic gates. But we have nothing to fear from these splenic gates now, do we, children? Oh no, we have survived the sun's annual journey through this center, and we have come out the other side. We're either pumping our fist in triumph, or we're going, oh, thank God for that. Gate 18 and gate 48, which comes next at 6:41, they are both in the logical collective stream of taste. They are bringing us the energy of judgment and depth, finding that thing in the pattern that is not logical and needs correcting in order for us to move safely forward into the future. Excellent. Gate 34 in the 5th line. Yeah, I will be back with the 6th line tomorrow. Can you believe it? Already another top of the hexagram moment. But today we enjoy our 5th line and find our practical solutions and get in there, get out. Yeah. Sometimes I listen to myself and think, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, go gently, all of you, and much love, and thank you as always for your continued support. I think I'm up over 350 subscribers now on my YouTube channel, which is just extraordinary, and I'm so grateful because it's organic. I've not done any advertising really around this, so thank you all so much for your support. And for the value that you find in my work. It's a great joy for me to present this. I absolutely adore it. And yeah, thank you for tuning in day after day, leaving your comments. And yeah, I feel it. I feel the support. My 3740 is a happy channel, and all my fourth lines. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Go gently.